on with the show because our first guest is the one and only Houston's Roseann Rogers. She is the executive director of K9s for Cops. We're going to find out all about that. And hey, good morning, Roseann.
Good morning. I wish your listeners could see me because I'm a walking billboard. And one thing about business is being a walking billboard for your own business because I'm wearing a K9s for Cops baseball. It's our signature baseball cap right now.
And I know where you got that cap. And if they tune into the Bill Knapik radio show's YouTube channel, they're going to see it. So we encourage you to do that after this broadcast. First of all, Roseann, let's tell people K9s for Cops. In case someone doesn't know, tell them about the organization.
Well, I'm proud. And that one of the things when your own business is you want to be proud of what you do. Like I said, a walking billboard. But to me, I feel like anyone could stop me anywhere and we could talk about K9s for Cops because K9s for Cops is in your community every single day and you might not even know it. K9s for Cops grants fully trained canines to law enforcement agencies and schools in 33 states and Paris, France now.
Unbelievable.
So what we do is people always ask me, do you train dogs? No, we do not train dogs. What we do is we acquire them and we actually raise the money to get them. Canines that are law enforcement trained run anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 per dog. So my job and my team's job is to raise the money so we can get as many canines out on the streets and in schools as possible.
Such a worthy cause. And let's touch upon the training because that just reminds us people have dogs. Many listeners out there, I'm gonna just take a wild guess at percentages. Maybe 75% of those listening have at least one dog. And the thing about the pet that is at home, the dog that is at home, we don't see their full capabilities because most of them haven't been trained to do all the things that the police dogs or military dogs are trained. But when we see a canine for cops or a canine that's been trained, we see their capabilities and we see what a dog is able to do. It's amazing. And that's why they're so expensive because the training is very extensive.
Well, they're partners, Bill. They're partners. When a canine is paired up with a canine partner, it's just like two individuals driving in a squad car together. They are a team and they protect each other. That's how important it is. Their sense of smell, their sense of ability just to let's fast it. They can run up to 35 miles an hour. You and I cannot do that. So we can't physically do that. So physically, mentally, they prepare themselves and they love doing what they do. They sense that they're bred for that. They are born to do it. They start their process overseas. All the dogs we acquire them from overseas and they come back to the United States. We have different kennels that we work with across the United States, depending on what the skill set is and what they're being trained for. You and I talked just a few minutes ago about some of our canine handlers that are currently in California right now. And they are basically being trained with a new tool of a dog. It's called a mobile odor detection dog. And mobile odor detection dogs basically can pick up if someone's wearing a bomb or wearing an explosive, they can pick it up moving through the crowd. And so it's very important, especially in today's society and what's happening in our environment, not just in the United States, but across the country and across the world, of how important these dogs are now for our safety to keep our children and our community safer.
And it has been said that the nose is the keen sense of smell that a dog has, it's incredible. I've heard it said that when referring to a bloodhound, they said it's a nose with a dog attached to it.
I agree. The reports are, they're staggering of what the statistics are as for what dogs can do versus human beings. And we found that these dogs make great partners, and they really do have the best interests, and they go to work every day to protect their handlers and to protect us.
No doubt about it. So when we see a police officer with a dog or someone at an airport with a dog, there's so much that's involved. There's training involved, and then there's a bonding process for that individual, the officer and the dog. But let's tell people how they can help this organization because it runs on donations, right, Roseann?
It surely does,
and it's
Bill.
A worthy cause.
Thank you so much. And we feel like we are making great strides in communities. And when I say communities, that means schools. We have dogs in 11 schools right now in Texas. And we know that they make a difference in their environment. Not saying that, because they have a dog, this school has a drug problem. That's not what it is at all. It's a deterrent. It's also a safety mechanism. It also is a time. If something happens urgently in a school, a dog will give you time to get the help that you need. So people want to be involved. They certainly can volunteer, of course. Some people, don't have the resources, and we understand. But what we like to say is take our K9 challenge. We challenge you to donate $9. Give up Starbucks maybe one week, or maybe you get lunch at your favorite place and bring your lunch to work or something, because $9 can make a difference in your community, and it really does.
Make a difference, and $9 is manageable to all those listening. And we know this show is broadcast here in Houston, Texas, but it's heard all over.
Right, and we're a national organization too. When our majority of our dogs are here in Texas, we have 26 that we've granted to Harris County Police Department or Sheriff's Department, and also we have several that are also with HPD. So we have them all over, and in Fort Worth, and in Waco, and Austin, and San Antonio. Also by the border, we have lots. So Texas, of course, we do have a lot of dogs we've granted, but we are granting dogs in California, Indiana, Alabama, Kentucky, South Carolina. We did our first one in North Carolina in Fayetteville, an arson dog just recently. So it makes a huge difference, and you can make a difference. And if you want to say, hey, my money needs to stay in Texas, or it needs to stay right here in Houston because I want it to go in my community, you can do so. You can allocate your funds.
And we'll tell people the website is K9s4cops.org, and that's K, the letter K, 9, the number S, 4 cops.org. So go to the website or just Google that, or even anything close to it. You're going to get it. But also, other than the things that they do, we're talking about sniffing for bombs. These dogs are also ambassadors. I know of a police organization that uses their dogs, and you're talking about their use in school. They use their dogs as an ambassador. They bring the dog into the school, and the kids read to it, so they make the connection with the community. There's something more approachable about an officer when they have a dog.
Well, you were talking, this is a business show. We have engagement. You have to engage with your people. You have to engage with your community, and the best way for us to do that is, of course, yes, we have our K9s for Kids program where we go into schools and we teach kids about what is safety, what do you look for, what do you do, how do you keep your own family safe, and what these dogs can actually do to help. A lot of kids are interested in going into law enforcement and what that means. And if they had the opportunity to work with a canine, that's pretty cool. I mean, I have to say my 11-year-old thinks I have the coolest job in the world because of the fact I get to work with some amazing individuals, but also some amazing canines too.
And I bet he says, Mom, when are we getting a dog?
How did you guess that, Bill? How did you guess? Right. We certainly, yes. That's one day. And we talk about training. You can train. It's all about timing, and it's also about taking the time that you need to train. I have 2 kitty cats, Max and Oliver, and I really believe that they're cats in a dog's body because I have trained them. Literally, if I say, boys, come here, they're there. And I've taught them to sit, give me paw. I mean, you can do it. And they're cats. It's all about the time that you spend with your pets.
No doubt about it. It's unbelievable. And I didn't say at the beginning of the segment, and that is I'm honored to be on the advisory board for K9 for Cops, because I want to bring awareness. First of all, I love dogs, and I love the connection that they have to humankind. It is awesome. But I also love to see that police dog, the dogs that work and protect us every day, as those officers do.
Right. And when it comes to our dogs, we talked about pets earlier that we keep at home. These dogs certainly are not pets. They're protectors, and they are law enforcement. So they are on duty. So if you ever see a canine officer, man, woman with a canine, you just basically need to approach them slowly and ask them. We do not pet our canines at all. Some are a little bit more friendly, but really they're there because they're watching and they're paying attention to everything around them, and especially
they're on the job.
They're on the job 24/7. There are no breaks. People always ask us, our canine handlers actually bring them home. So when you see them, say hello, but do not pet.
Very nice. Once again, Roseann, tell people how they can reach out and take that challenge.
Please go to our website at K9s4cops.org, or just give us a buzz. No pun intended for my previous life as the buzz lady here in Houston.
That's right.
We'd love to hear from you, and any way you can, we'd like to be a part of our organization. We'd love to have you.
No doubt about it. And that number is 713-523-2677. K9 for Cops. Thank you, Roseann, for being on The Price of Business. And now we're going to take a short break and come right back after these important words. You're listening to The Price of Business.